Well, every other week, we're taking you to a different community in our viewing area and sharing what makes it special from the people who live and work there. Today, we explore a town that is known by many because of a popular book series, and the current residents are continuing to write its story. It's Smet, like a local.
South Dakota is epic. You know, it really is an epic. I mean, you think of Dances with Wolves, you think of Mount Rushmore, you think of all of these incredible pieces of history that go along with this state. But Laura is the piece that isn't epic. She's the everyday human being, so she relates to everybody. And this town is very similar to that. It hasn't changed a lot in 100 years.
Over 1,000 people call the Kingsbury County seat home, a significant spot in our country's history through westward expansion and the Homestead Act.
Smet is unique. There are no other small communities that have their founding captured like we do in American literature. And so to be able to share that with people is both, we're very fortunate for that, but honored that we get to do that.
5 of the 9 Little House books written by Laura Ingalls Wilder are based in Smet, South Dakota, documenting the life on the prairie through the eyes of a young girl growing into a woman, detailing the experiences of her family pioneering their way across the Midwest, the long winter, and the little town on the prairie. These books, published in the 1930s, adapted to TV in the 70s, touching lives beyond the Rushmore state.
When you speak with people who are not from the U.S., some of them will say, we learned English from watching the television show, and the books are in many languages.
Laura kind of became a childhood friend to be in the spaces that my childhood friend lived and worked and grew up. You know, it's just kind of special.
Smet is home to the Laura Ingalls Wilder pageant and historic homes, which includes the town's first school, the original Ingalls home, the original surveyor's house, the Ingalls homestead, and many more significant landmarks that invite tourists to explore life through Laura's eyes.
Smet's a modern little town. We do have a lot of historic buildings and history to share, points of interest, but they're integrated into our lives and how the community has developed over the years.
In 1966, the Smet Development Corporation began looking to find the solution
of a way to keep people in Smet.
And the answers they came upon even surprised those who once had left the small town.
I thought for sure, 10 years after I left, this would kind of be like a little bump in the road on Highway 14. But our community is so progressive and has made so many beautiful things happen.
Projects like the Smet Main Street Beautification Project have garnered thousands of funds with the help of community members, all to add updated lighting, streetscaping, and landscaping.
So right now we have 6 sculptures out on Main Street, and we'll add another 6 coming up here at the very beginning of May. So that'll be super exciting. Those sculptures really focus on our heritage.
Plus, tucked away in Smet is their Event and Wellness Center, a booming addition that made its mark in town 10 years ago.
The first year we opened, we had a one-ring circus. We have had MMA events. We have theater events. We have concerts, a 5-concert series that's super, super fun.
It's a space designed to keep all ages active.
We had a gentleman that was working out here until he was 93 years old. So we've got some folks that are in their 80s that are here more regular than teenagers are here.
And currently 6 years in the making. The Highway 14 Trails Project looks to connect the community with more elements from its past like never before, on bike and foot.
We really hope that it also opens up the Silver Lake area and the Big Slough so visitors can see that.
And see what Laura saw and described in her books, but for also locals to use and get out and be able to have more recreation opportunities and wellness opportunities.
Smet is a town that forces you to stop and recognize America's past.
We need to remember who we are so we know where we're going. And Laura is one of the grassroots people that tells us who we are.
Stay longer than anticipated, taking in the vast opportunities with agriculture, hunting, and fishing.
This is not just a place where you make a pit stop for 2 hours. We truly have enough where it can be a 1 or 2 night stay.
And just maybe settle down in the little town on the prairie that is delightfully different.
There are quite a few people in the community who have come to see the pageant and have moved here from Colorado, from California, from all over the place, because you come to the community expecting one thing, but you find a whole lot more.
Well, did you know our last few Like a Local features have been suggested by viewers like you? Let us know where we should go next by sending an email over to news@dakotanewsnow.com.